Hello and welcome to another update video about RUNE. So RUNE is currently holding really well. I mean, I did show you in the last few videos, I haven't made frequent updates about RUNE, but in the last few videos I've shown you here this potential first impulse. And from really, I think from all the cryptos that I cover, that is the most clear 5-wave move that I have seen, yeah, from all the altcoins. This is a good sign for RUNE, and that could explain why it is really holding so well. I mean, RUNE really looking good so far. You know, we had that descending wedge here. We did break out of it. A descending wedge is typically a rather bullish pattern. That broke out. We can count here 5 waves. And what is also different to many other altcoins at the moment is that this move down here looks corrective. And that could be a really good sign. Please don't see any of this here as financial advice. I can only give you my current view of the chart, and my opinion is that RUNE looks much better than many other cryptocurrencies. RUNE did reach this blue target area, which I think was also between the 78.6 and the 88.7% Fibonacci level of that overall move down. Yeah. So you had the retracements and you get to this blue target area, same way as it is the case for many other cryptos. What I don't like about the chart is that we have only just really reached the previous swing low of the wave A. The ideal scenario would be that we drop even a little bit lower than the wave A, possibly all the way down to 275, but I don't want to I also would like to point out that it is looking really interesting here, because it came into the target area, it came to the low of the wave A. Theoretically, it's done what it needs to do to complete the correction, and what I really like at the moment is that it is holding really well, and that we had a first impulse. So you can count a first impulse here, and we can also count here a 3-wave move down. Now, if that 3-wave move is already complete, I don't know. This is never something that we can 100% forecast, but let's take a look of that move. What do the Fibonacci levels say? And I just need to do that probably a little bit more accurately, otherwise we get here the wrong results. So we want to go all the way to the top here of the wick, and we also want to start at the beginning at the swing low, and for that we want to go a little bit higher here. There you go. And then we get to these Fibonacci levels here, and we can see that unfortunately we dropped below the 61.8, so we dropped below $6.92. That increases the probability that we actually are going to see the $5.20 level, the 78.6. And especially as we could not manage to get above the 61.8. However, the way this is coming down looks, compared to that move up, quite corrective. It also looks to me that the move down isn't finished yet, but it's holding really well. I mean, look at Solana, Cardano, look at some of the other coins. They have all come down pretty much to the low of February or January again. Here, we would have still round about 50% to go to get back to that level. So it is holding fairly well at the moment, and we can count this here as a 3-wave move down. If it's finished or not, my view is it's probably not yet finished, that ABC, because we can count this here as a wave A, B. The wave C probably comes down, I would say, to the 78.6, but as soon as you see a breaking above the 61.8 fib level, which is at 692, and possibly a retest from that, well, that could then mean that we are going to go higher. But really good confirmation, that would be a good confirmation here if we manage to break above the wave B top, which would be at $9.32, actually a little bit higher than that. If you count the wicks, that would be above, yeah, $10. I think $10 is here a very, very important mark. Until then, we can't really say for sure, but it is holding good, it is holding well, and that is a good sign. Let's see what the indicators say to support here that that view that we are holding really well and could start actually from here, or at least from the 78.6 to the upside. Currently we can see that negative momentum continues to be reduced, so this means we have here a reduction of negative momentum on the MACD could see a reversal here, but at the moment it is it has been prevented, but we are still sort of not seeing an increase in negative momentum again. So here needs to be observed, slowing down that decrease of negative momentum. RSI still in the bearish range as well. So on the daily, I would say we need to wait. We need to see how the market is deciding, because it has started to decrease that negative momentum. Bullish crossover incoming, but this has slowed down now with the latest price decrease. Let's take a look at the 4-hour chart. And what I need to say about RUNE as well is that at some point now I expect Bitcoin to move up in a wave 2. I did explain that in my Bitcoin video. Now that could really help RUNE to kick off that next wave, that third wave. Okay, 4-hour chart currently, okay, decreasing momentum. So here it's currently not showing any bullish signals. The 4-hour chart, very important. Yeah, short signal on the ADX and DI, still space for further price drops, and the MACD also coming down here. So from that point of view, that would actually support, first of all, my view that we could come down a little bit lower to the $5 and is it 24 level, $5.20 level, the 78.6 before we turn around. So at the moment, for me, it's looking like we could come down a little bit lower. The daily chart not really convincing. The 4-hour chart also rather pointing further down, and we haven't managed to reclaim the 61.8% Fibonacci level. So for me, currently probability still more towards slightly decreasing prices before we start to kick off. Good signal for further price increases would be a move above the previous swing high. So first of all, moving above the 61.8% Fibonacci level again at $6.92, then reaching above the previous swing high. That would, in the first instance, end the downtrend. This would be above $7.78, and really good confirmation would come above $10. So and that is my view about RUNE here at the moment. Should this really be an impulse and a correction, and the next wave would then be a wave 3, because this would be a wave 1, wave 2 down, wave 3 up, then we can look at these price targets here. I showed them to you in the previous video already. Let me just try that, because we need to adjust them down because the wave isn't finished yet. So let's say we come down to $5.20, then the target for the next wave, so to be a wave 3, it would need to get to $21.56. And of course, that would only be possible if we move above $10. So anybody who would want to wait for confirmation, really, even if you wait for the $10 to be broken and a retest of that, you could still get a 2x out of it. Yeah. But that's my current view about RUNE. Yeah, had a lot of requests for a RUNE update, and hopefully you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then check out the channel membership, and maybe check out even the trading course that I'm currently publishing on the website morecryptoonline.com. Thanks a lot for watching, and see you in the next video. Bye bye.